player, and it would not be easy to get past the mighty Netherlands.
Well, Asif Sheikh hasn't had a great tournament at all, and the stats suggest that 249 runs in the 5 matches he's played, 4 boundaries, 1/6 to his name.
Are already filling up. They are filling up the ground in numbers. So we are expecting a full house yet again. So all set. A slip in place. Point. Shot cover. Gully. Mid on, mid off. 2 fielders protecting the boundary. And we get started with the game of the final, Nepal versus Netherlands.
Walks down the track. Kushal Bhutel gets some runs under his belt.
Good ball, right on the money is Vivian Kingma. A quick.
This has been that kind of contest where you can expect really competitive instincts between the two teams, both the teams. Very capable of winning this game. Now I think the 2 deserving teams that have got into the finals, the Namibian side, condition they needed to win that match by 30 runs, but then Rain had different ideas.
On the other hand, Vivian Kingma has bowled. That was his pick up the bowling figures, and then that in that.
He's taken 6 wickets in this tournament, and 4 out of them were against Nepal. And all 4 of them have been wickets of top order batters. PC when it comes to his
deliveries. Nepal is having a very cautious start. 1 run on the board with the final delivery of the over. Played it Pishli just near that fielder, protecting that mid-on boundary. So 2 runs of the first over, Nepal 2 without loss.
From the Chobar end. A brilliant delivery up front. Right on the money. It's always a great idea to bowl Yorkers up front because that's when the batters are not set as well. And if it can come in like it did off the hands of Klassen, this can be even more dangerous. Look at this beautiful delivery. Just held its line as it got closer to the batter. Plenty of swing in the air as well.
Yeah, and it's not an easy job to do. Ball the first ball, Yorker. On that occasion, just missing the line. Maybe clipped the pads. Wide not given, very surprisingly. I didn't see much of deflection after it gone past the bats there, Sachin.
I don't see any connection there as well. I think the bowler got lucky. And Asif Sheikh was not happy with the decision, but umpire Durganath Subedi probably thought that the ball had brushed the pad. That was in fact Buddhi Bahadur Pradhan, probably the most successful umpire coming out of this country of Nepal.
Kushal Bhutel on strike, tried to play. The feeling for that ball was way outside off stump. Kushal Bhutel was trying to improvise, just failed it.
This is how he plays. So there is no question to this shot. He will attempt all this kind of shots. And it's good to see, understanding that he's not been in the most confident frame of mind. Hasn't had any runs in fact whatsoever in the previous few matches. Oh, this time he says enough is enough. Way over the top, that's coming towards us. Nearly stuck us in the commentary box. Pitched full, and Kushal Bhutel says, thank you very much, I'll collect my first 6 of the game.
That was a loosener after bowling magnificently. Was Fredrik Klassen. Over-pitch delivery in his arc. Clears mid-off easily, and that nearly hit the glasses into the comb box.
Finals, that's the question. And Klassen, meanwhile, how will he respond to that shot from slashes this hard? There's a desperate dive, saves the ball from going to the boundary. And a couple to end the second over after 2. 11 for none. This was a good shot actually. Slashed it really hard. Very good fielding. Very, very tentative in the first over against Kingma. Oh, comes down the track again, pulls this, and drops it. The crowd erupting. Was a pretty easy catch.
It was indeed Sachin, but the pressure of the final. Look where he's sitting, right in the boundary line. There is huge roar from the crowd as soon as he hit that ball in the air. He tried to take it really low down. Just lost his eyesight at the very end. A life, nevertheless, for Asif's sake, he won't mind it at all.
Kingma, the culprit there. I'm sure he'll be having a small conversation with the captain. He had all the time in the world to take that catch. This time goes after it again. The ball has gone to the safe area. Slowly rolling over, and another boundary. 4 for Kushal Burdil.
Teasing the fielders. That ball was chipped in the air. The field restrictions are on. Landed in kind of shot there from Kushal Burdil. And the crowd is erupted.
The approach is the same. Comes down the track. Tackling with the hint of swing. Kingma has been getting, and he came down the track and tried to compensate that.
Not being very watchful, ball coming into his hand. In the meantime, played it in very soft hands, so Asif Sheikh would love to capitalize in the life that he got very earlier in the innings.
Asif Sheikh was already premeditated to play that towards the on.
His nerves down a bit. Vivian Kingma did produce the chance, this time slower delivery. I'm liking how he's building up the variations. End of 3, Nepal 17 without loss.
Brought into the bowling. Interesting that the captain scored.
Change that into the final. Oh, beautiful shot. This guy's shot made room for himself and clipped it towards the leg side for a massive 6. Kushal Burdil is on the roll here. That jumping in the air, making room for himself. And you cannot shed field for that, Sachin.
That's the reason I said he will play the way he likes. He likes to dictate the terms, Kushal Burdil. And he does it sometimes a little more often than what he should be doing. He played the same shot in the previous
T and strike rate 143. He has had a great outing here in TU and off the mark.
And then guiding the team score forward. But he's not changed his style of play. He's been fairly aggressive as well. He's counter-attacked. Got the revenge of the very next delivery.
Trying to slash that ball, beaten completely. There was a bit of bounce on that occasion in that delivery. That concludes over number 4. Nepal losing
There for a while now. 12 balls for his 4 runs. And Klassen has been reintroduced from the other innings, and this is a tremendous strike. This came out of nowhere. Asif Sheikh. The ball was pitched up all right, but that was some shot.
A glorious shot. That will give him a lot of confidence. Asif Sheikh, he was not feeling very comfortable out in the middle, but what a shot. On his knees, waiting for that delivery. Bang, he goes. The ball went flying up, clearing the boundary very easily. Again in the air, 3 fielders are chasing it. Lands in no man's land. That ball will be caught up by Bikramjit Singh. Back for easy 2. So Asif Sheikh is opening up.
He's a great timer of the cricket ball, Asif Sheikh. And Klassen, he was under the weather. He did miss few matches in this series. Ragbarisi still in the hotel. He's not feeling well too, so has been a difficult road for the 190 forward.
They would certainly looking up somewhere around their the 190 mark runs. put the pressure because they will be bowling second. Klassen, he has opened up, is playing his shot freely.
Brilliant slow delivery. As match by 142, still one of the biggest victories for the home team. Towards the offside this time. Lofted cover drive for a boundary. Already turning into a massive over.
Hit with immense power, and the placement exquisite. So that's why Fred Klassen was dropped in the previous over. He has gone for plenty. Hasn't had a great outing.
He's in fact rested for illness. We'll come back to that. 5 overs gone, 44.
Didn't play much of the T20Is because he was sick, playing in this very important final. Lockton comes into bowling. Asif Sheikh clears the infield once again. So Nepal is dealing in boundaries at the moment. Have a look at that shot. Asif Sheikh, after shaky start, is getting his rhythm back. 94th six of the tournament towards that deep area. The ball was coming back in and he utilized it to perfection. So with that, there is change in combox. Ayush is here with me. Welcome, Ayush, and very good morning.
Very good morning, Kiran. A good start for Asif Sheikh.
Accordingly, how the game is demanding. Played it with soft hands, a good thing to do. You have already smashed 6 of the very first delivery, so you can relax.
Mid on, mid off. Short third man, short fine leg, backward point, extra cover. Just play it with soft hands. This is the partnership that Nepal need at the moment because they have lost Kushal Bhurtel. They need to rebuild the
home crowd, especially in this part of the world. You know, 12, 13,000 people roaring against you. The noise, the pressure is unimaginable out in the middle.
This time he was trying to go over it. And well, there it goes. What a confident shot there by Asif Sheikh. The ball was pitched up. It was meant to be hit. Well, Asif
fairly easily at the moment.
Just driven. Single to in his pocket. Van der Merwe. And this is a good matchup as well, Kiran. Now, from the captain, Scott Edwards there. 2 right-handed batsmen in the crease. Just bring in your left-arm spinner, the experienced one of Van der Merwe. They need wicket at the moment because this partnership is looking dangerous for the Dutch side.
Especially Asif Sheikh, he has been the aggressor out of the 2 batters there. Rohit Podal has calmed himself down. He is playing beautifully. That ball was in the air, missed that fielder, racing towards the boundary. Wow, that ball has gone for 4 in no time, so that was the exquisite timing. But mind you, it was in the air. That man in that catching position in the offside was kept for that very reason. Look at very disappointed Van der Merwe. He had that exactly that plan, inviting Rohit to hit his shot into the covers area. A lucky 4.
This time a good delivery, just targeting the stumps. Well, absolutely the plan was clear from Van der Merwe. It's the fielder in the short cover region. He was just trying to pitch the ball in his Rohit's arc. Rohit just trying to go for that extended drive, could not get that connection that he wanted. Once again, offering that room around that 4th stump to just play that caught shot in the back foot.
He's inviting Rohit to play off his front foot so that the fielder in catching position could gallop that ball. But Van der Merwe is a kind of a bowler who bowls to his field, and that's been his primary asset.
Well, a bit of miscommunication out there. A bit of lucky, you'd call it. Talking about the experience of Van der Merwe. Still remember the 2004 he played.
Soft hands, no runs in offer. 7 of that over, Nepal 62 for 1. In the meantime, Ahmed comes into attack for the first time, beaten everyone. That was way outside off stump, so he starts with extras is Ahmed, the young bowler from Netherlands.
Well, Sariz Ahmed coming in place of Aryan Dutt. He's having a good outing in this series, but this time the captain and the team management opting to go with the leg spinner in the finals.
The 20-year-old Sariz, he has played some games. He bowls those leg break googly kind of deliveries. Oh, friend, I fell in love with. Is that support for Basir Ahmed? I'm very sure about it.
Well, they're talking about Vivek Yadav. What a superstar he has been. Really loving their heroes at the moment. The recent result and the performance of the senior side.
Yeah, I saw a similar kind of, the pamphlet for Bashir Ahmed as well. He's not playing in the tournament as well. So a lot of support. It's great to see how Nepalese crowd appreciate each and every member of the national side. You talk about Vivek Yadav, Bashir Ahmed, the likings of Lokesh Baum. Ooh, very late played cut shot. Let's get back to the game. This youngster is bowling with a lot of heart because he has seen the bowlers going over the par. Very gutsy effort. Just 20 years of age, played for Netherlands in under 19 as well. This time, Rohit Podal. Rohit is what he does, hits the ball, timing to perfection. The ball sails over the boundary.
What a brilliant shot there by Rohit Kumar Podal. The ball was pitched. If it's in the arc, it will go out of the park. That is what Rohit Kumar Podal is sending the message to the Dutch side at the moment. Look at that shot. Look at the basics all over it. He went down on his one knee, went up to the pitch of the ball, or straight into the VIP. Well, you need to be careful if you are sitting around that VIP area.
The cut shot nearly got into the hand of the fielder, but raced towards the boundary. This outfield, mind you, is lightning fast. So Rohit Podal is doing what he does the best, is punishing the bowlers. Look at that cut shot, great timing. It was in the air, mind you. Second time Rohit has played the ball in the air, but lucky for him, fortune going in his favor so far. So Sariz Ahmed is getting expensive. 14 of us, 5 deliveries with the last ball of the over coming up. Tried to play the cut shot, resisted himself.
On deep mid wicket and deep square leg being placed in.
Played it with soft hands towards the leg side. The fielder has to sprint from the boundary. Sariz Ahmed match. So he will be inviting the batter to play the shot on offside. This time he was in middle and leg, swept it fine by Asif. So Asif has slowed down a bit because Rohit Podal on the other side has been the aggressor of the two, especially from the last over.
Well, the partnership is looking brilliant at the moment. 56 runs partnership from 30 deliveries. The Dutch side will be definitely looking to break this partnership. And Van der Merwe of the experienced one. So much of experience in his pocket, Kiran.
Doesn't make much difference to Asif Sheikh. He goes over the top, chipped it for easy singles. So I'm liking how Nepalese batters are.
With him in the Sri Lanka as well. Well, Michael Levitt. Now this change in the bowling, bringing your medium pace bowler to just attack. This partnership, they brought in the spinner. They're looking for that good deliveries to break this important partnership. Sazir Ahmed not having that good over, so he's gone with that experience of Michael Levitt.
So this is the highest score for Asif Sheikh in the tournament, previous being 34 against Netherlands. So he is loving batting against the Dutch side. Rohit Kumar Podal trying to improvise. He did nowhere, just straight up in the air. Thank you so much, says Captain Scott Edwards, the captain of Nepal. Played it really soft, just trying to get up the mark. Not trying to do anything fancy to start his proceedings. So After Rohit's wicket, there was a short drinks break, and courtesy to Red Bull, the sponsors, we got our drinks as well here in the com box.
Well, Gulshan Jha has had a good outing in the T20I series. Was part of that important partnership against Namibia and the Dutch side. Now it would be interesting to see, Kiran, how the captain Scott Edwards go with his bowling attack, because the Van der Merwe, the left arm spinner, has been bowling 2 overs. There's a left-hand, right-hand combination in the crease at the moment. So it would be interesting to see the next move that Scott Edwards would go up to.
So the wicket has just fallen. So I guess bringing the young bowler Ahmed will be a good move as well for Netherlands, because Van der Merwe has bowled towards depth in most of the occasions. Chipped it, played it really fine. That caught shot in the air. Again, the same story continues. The fielder misses it. The ball raised towards the boundary. So Asif Sheikh is not stopping yet.
Well, Asif at the moment.
So Levitt had started beautifully, got rid of Rohit and nearly gloved Asif Sheikh as well into the final delivery of his over. Played it fine in between those two fielders, between point and cover for an easy single. So 10 overs have been bowled. Nepal 8. So Levitt had started beautifully, got rid of Rohit and nearly gloved Asif Sheikh as well into the final delivery of his over. Played it fine in between those two fielders, between point and cover for an easy single. So 10 overs have been bowled. Nepal 88.
Best innings played by him so far. They come for the second run. Very well judged too. So there has been some really good bowling changes by Captain Edwards. For a moment, we thought Klassen was bowling well. He brought in Gupton and he got that wicket off Kushal Bhurtel. It was, in fact, Kushal Bhurtel who threw his wicket after scooping 1 for 6. Went for Nepal, still have 58 deliveries to go. Oh, that's an uppercut. Attempt, great attempt, you'll have to say. I think it was Teza Nidamanuru who went for that catch. A good attempt.
This time just trying to guide the ball. Asif Sheikh not getting that connection well. He's asking the umpire, isn't it wide? He's not looking happy.
He's in fact disgusted. He absolutely believes that it should have been a wide. This was the previous ball. Gulshan Jha fielded really fine, and this was down the leg side. There was no connection there. It should have been a wide. The frustration is justified. Slow one tucked onto the onside. They'll take a single. He's not happy at all, Asif Sheikh. Only a single. 6 runs off the third over of Vivian Kingma takes the score to 94 for 2. And the angle will be 90 degrees. That's as straight as it.
As an arrow, the safest place you want to hit as a batsman. Not a good delivery this time by this youngster. It was in the arc of Gulshan Jha. And this is what Gulshan has been doing throughout this series. Sachin, he has been giving that aggressive role. He's been playing those aggressive role.
And 100 comes out for Nepal, and I bet that's the straightest shot I've seen. That has gone so straight. It has to be 90 degree. First ball smack. Full toss. I think Gulshan Jha didn't expect that at all. And the misfield will allow the Nepali batters to come back for the second run. Brilliant running.
Brilliant running. This is off to a good start. Sariz Ahmed has been brought into the side after the league.
Goes after this again. Gulshan Jha wasn't off the middle of his bat, but when Gulshan Jha hits, it remains hit.
Well, a bit of surprising move there by the bowler as well. There's no long on, long off, Sachin. Gulshan is playing in those V areas in long on, long off. Look at that shot. Look at that flow of the bat, bottom hand coming into play.
And I think with this approach, Ayush, if the ball is a sharply turning googly, I don't see sitting on one knee and smacking everything towards the onside. Well then, 14 runs off the first 3. Shorter one this time. Gulshan Jha will be sad that he missed in this opportunity.
Absolutely pressure for this young man, Sarij Ahmed. At the moment, he just needs to hold his nerves, calm down a little bit, focus on his line and length. And as a bowler, as a young bowler, you're coming into ball, you have got left and right hand combination in the pitch. You just need to change your line and length consistently.
Finally that wide by the umpire. Nepali batters were in fact disappointed with wides not being called wides. This was a clear wide down the leg side. An easy decision this time for the umpire. And trouble for Ahmed continues. Now what this approach has done for Asif Sheikh is now he can play around Gulshan Jha, because Gulshan Jha is... I'll not date until Nepal wins. Well, you may have to date in the evening today.
Yeah!
Massive appeal? No, says the umpire. 12 gone, 1 for 2. Plays fine towards the fine leg fielder. Asif Sheikh can take some time at the centre because Gulshan Jha is looking to go after the bowler, and Nepal has that batting strength to follow. The big hitting Kushal Malla yet to come. Dipender Singh Airi, who's been in excellent touch as well. So no respite for the Dutch team whatsoever. You don't want a wicket to fall right after the commentator mentions anything, because commentators' curse is quite a thing, Ayush.
Well, absolutely. We have had this from the Canadian series. You call into this series as well. To talk about Asif Sheikh, Sachin, at the moment, he just lowered his pace. He's just batting sensibly at the moment. He's marching towards his half century. Asif needs to stay there in the crease because Gulshan is the one who's taking that aggressive role.
Now the partnership 30 of only 18. Tug it in, pulled as well, was in there for a long time. Took Gulshan Jha by surprise and overthrows for Nepal. Well, the Dutch side losing their focus. Max O'Dowd, the culprit, gives that extra run to Nepal.
Once again, the plan is clear for Gulshan Jha. The field has been set in a way, and that's a wide. They're just trying to be clever out there. Just appealing to just get rid of that wide, but not this time.
Wides haven't come really easily for the Nepali batters, isn't it? Almost had to appeal for this. Gulshan Jha was a late call by the umpire as well. He had a look at the umpire and finally a void was called, and rightly so. That was against pacers. He's digging into the pitch really hard. Change of pace again. Brilliant bowling. This is very good bowling by Fred Klaasen.
Just trying to play with the mind of Gulshan Jha. Just before this delivery, he brought in the fine leg fielder inside the 30-yard circle. After 2 bouncer, Gulshan Jha was probably expecting the ball to be pitched up. And this is what at the moment what Gulshan can do. Sachin.
Just helped on its way. The fielding setup is also right because Asif Sheikh is looking to play the ball really fine towards the onside. Teza Nidamanuru has been placed at that part of the ground. Three short of his half century now, Asif Sheikh. Good change of pace again. Fantastic bowling this by Fred Klaasen. Not allowing the set batters to go after him. 118 for 2 after 13. Important wicket of Nepali skipper. Oh, this time just clears the fielder there. Gulshan Jha has got the ball to go over the top of long on fielder for another 6. Was in the air for a long time. Plenty of power behind that shot. And he loves playing that shot, getting down on one knee, allowing that space for the bat to rotate, to swing, and he has swung it so hard that the ball has gone all the way. So 6 to start the over. Moves on to 28 of 14 now, partnership 42 of 23. Sensible batting now. They try. Big fan of Rajbangshi. He's been a match winner for the Nepali side for a long time now, Lalit Rajbangshi.
Well, absolutely, Lalit and Rajbangshi. It's not in the team.
Nepal police's surveillance drone. No connection this time for Gulshan Jha. In such a small venue, the management has been good. It's getting better with every tournament. A massive appeal and the finger goes up. Oh, he is so disappointed. He's furious at the umpire, Asif Sheikh. I'm sure he'll be having some words from the match referee, but he believes that the ball actually took some part of his bat. Umpire Buddhi Pradhan didn't hesitate at all in giving that decision, but he believes that the ball had kissed his bat before striking his bat. He was furious at the umpire. And Asif Sheikh moves back to the dressing room, and second wicket for Michael Levitt. What a day he's having with the ball.
Michael Levitt doing the job that the Dutchman would have wanted. Getting rid of Asif Sheikh. Was looking so dangerous. He was shuffling around that stumps. An easy decision. Out there, 125 for 3.
They love him here, and no one better than Dipender Singh Airi for Nepal at this point of time. He can run in between the wickets really hard. He's an absolute crowd darling. He's had a good series as well with the ball and with the bat. 126 for 3. Now Nepal should look to maximize the score. 126. I think they should be looking to get somewhere around 20 deliveries. Gulshan can play that cameo. He's already there, in fact, with a score of 30 of just 17 balls, and that's Kushal Bhutel going too adventurous. Short of delivery against Gulshan Jha. They thought for the second run. Sent back by Dipender Singh Airi. How often you see Dipender Singh Airi sending the runner back? Dipender Singh Airi, this is the 58th T20 international of his career. 1,475 runs to his name. Highest score of 110, not out. An average of 38.81. That's on the higher side because his average in ODIs is very dismal. He has an average of 19.06 in ODIs. Lucky this time, Dipender Singh Airi. The ball took the leading in.
Bats. This time look at the ball just nipping back in. Dipender Singh Airi trying to play on the back foot. Well, a easy decision for the umpire. He was just standing in front of the 3 stumps. And Gutton does the job for the Dutch side once again. Dipender Singh Airi dismissed for just making a run. Nepal 1-8 for 4.
Wide delivery. Was attacking the leg stick of Kushal Malla. And Kushal Malla, meanwhile, will have to play some really good looking shots and big shots as well. If Nepal are to get to that threatening total, we believe would be somewhere around 180 to 200. They got that opening as well. Can Nepal finish and capitalize with this on the start?
Well, 2 left-handed in the crease at the moment for Nepal. Scott Edwards. There's no Aryan Dutt today, Sachin. Their premium off spinner. There's 2 left-handed batsmen in the crease. It would be interesting to see with which bowler now Scott Edwards would go in.
And Kushal Malla, another Nepali batter who averages more in T20Is than in ODIs. He has an average of 34.25. in T20Is and an average of 24.68 in ODIs. And the strike rate, 170.39. Pulls it really well. In fact, not well enough. For a moment, I thought the ball would clear the boundary, but only a couple of runs for Nepal. Stayed on the back foot, waited for that delivery, threatening to go after spinners in particular. Just as I said, that's the idea. Pitching the ball and taking it away from the left-handed Gulshan Jha. Teasing him with that flighted delivery as well. So this is a good contest to watch, Kiran.
Absolutely. Look at that. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to cram Kushal Malla for that room. And he wants him to do something silly to get that wicket. So the tide has slowly shifted towards Netherlands after that back-to-back wickets in previous 2 overs. A good ball. It's never too easy for a left-hander to hit cross the line when the ball's turning away from you. Engelbridge, very interestingly, has been brought very late into the attack today. Normally he used to bowl immediately after the power play overs. But today, the captain resisted for a long time and finally brought him in when Nepal is actually looking to go over the top. So in the meantime, Kushal Malla had just started his innings trying to settle himself down. That's why he's not connecting the ball as well as he would have liked. So the first runs, second run of the over, in fact, Engelbridge has taken wickets in this tournament, but he has gone for runs as well. Still Bender Merv to finish his 2 overs. So it's not going to be very easy for Nepal either.
You expect this? That's exactly what I was talking about. Fortunately for Gulshan, the ball landed in no man's land. The idea is clear. He wants to bowl full to Gulshan Jha and see if the ball turns from there. Gulshan Jha is only going one way. He's targeting the mid-wicket region. Just like that. The ball took the outside edge off the bat. Fortunately for him, the ball didn't carry. And then he introduced Michael Levitt, a part-timer, and both the times he got a wicket. 2 for 14 off 2 for Michael Levitt. Has been excellent with the ball. Hasn't allowed that pace for the Nepali batters to play with.
Yes, and in the previous over as well, look, both of the left-handers are out in the middle. He brought Engelbridge. The ball's moving away from the batter, so they are clearly struggling to time the ball as well as they would have liked. Both of these batters. Nepal need to accelerate the run flow.
Netherlands will be very content with the singles. They'll not mind singles at all. They'll be content with the singles. They'll try to stop the boundaries and also take wickets. And meanwhile, Kushal Malla and Gulshan Jha, the 2 left-handers, they'll be looking to go big now. Both of them very, very capable. Partnership 11 of 11 now. The sound of the bat was evident that the ball would go all the way. Good hit this by Kushal. Stayed on the back foot, waited for that length. The length was there. And he's very, very strong across the wicket towards the onside.
The crisp sound of the bat as soon as...
Stayed on the back foot again, and this time it's a bigger hit. It's a huge hit into the orbit. And Kushal Malla now finally breaking the shackles and bringing Nepal back into the match. The runs were dried up. There was almost a drought of boundaries. And 2 sixes in 2 deliveries. This was one of the biggest sixes.
The better than the first one. His eyes opened wide as soon as he saw that delivery coming his way. Cleared his front leg. Bang, he goes. That ball kept on traveling forever amongst the crowd. Kushal Malla, I was telling you, he will not be stopping.
And Netherlands, meanwhile, cannot let this momentum go off their hands. They were on the top, especially in that period between 11 to 15. Now 2 sixes. Goes for the third one as well, and this is straight 0-1, a flat 0-1, the result the same. A hat-trick of sixes for Kushal Malla, and the crowd erupts again.
The crowd cheering, roaring, dancing, and why not? Kushal Malla has hit 3 sixes in a row to Michael Levitt. Mind you, he was bowling exceptionally well before this over. Has gone over the park in successive 3 terms, and the man on the screen is looking threatening.
Well then, 20 off the over already. Pulls it, short arm jab. Only a single. So a massive over for Nepal. 21 runs off it. 158 for 4 after.
Change in bowling. Engelbrecht coming on.
Will he go inside out? No, goes straight up. I don't think the ball has enough distance. No, it hasn't. And Engelbrecht, after keeping Namibia, I'll bring this match back for my team and bowl that final over, and defended only 12 runs when Namibia still had 5 wickets in hand. So Karan Casey, very known with his skills with the bat as well. This is why. Straight onto the side screen. There were 2 sounds, one off the bat and one off the side screen. And Karan Casey introduces himself in style.
What a shot! What a magnificent shot to start. Is not stopping. In the meantime, they come back for 2. They were so much focused on that appeal that the batters of Nepal sneaked in for a couple of runs. So talking about Karan Casey, he is a very gutsy player, you know, asking for that last over in the previous game when he went for plenty of over before, and with the bat as well, coming straight in, first delivery, going for 6. Well, the intention is very clear from Nepal. They will not be stopping.
Good change in length this time from Engelbrecht. He's realized that if he bowls anything full, Karan Casey will get underneath him. And he's looking in that mood as well, Karan Casey. He looks as if he's been batting somewhere for 30 minutes. Onside, or does he have a different idea in mind? Plays towards the offside, good length again. Almost yoked him up, Engelbrecht.
So after going for that massive 6, he is bowling with the plan.
Playing against Namibia, flat. And a very good catch, and the fielding placement, tremendous. Very straight.
Because the wicket fell in the very last delivery of the over, Gulshan Jha will be on strike. Goes over the top, the ball's traveling high up, straight into the hands of the fielder. So the first wicket for Fred Klaasen.
Known for his ODI capabilities more than his T20 skills, but he can hit the big shots. But has he connected it? 2 in 2 for Klaasen. What a comeback. Will be facing Klaasen, and Klaasen is on a hat-trick. Comes round the wicket. Is denied of a hat-trick by Pratis Sisi. Rightly sent back by Sompal Kami. Pratis Sisi wanted
out in the crowd. They were thoroughly entertained. The crew, the media, even in the audiences, lots of photos being taken. In the meantime, he pulled back in. Was that after the delivery bowled? No, so a dead ball. He has to re-bowl that delivery.
For a moment, I thought that Sompal Kami was giving himself some room. This was the previous delivery in which Asif Sheikh was dismissed. For a moment, we thought that Sompal Kami actually walked towards the onside and he was giving himself some room, but pulled off. It was a dead delivery. Pulls it. Almost a short arm jab. Now the boundaries have dried up. That's the concern for Nepal. They're looking good enough to get to that score of 200. Shorter delivery. Uses the long handle. Still no boundary. I think Klaasen lacked focus here. If he had thrown the ball to the keeper there, I think they were in contention for a run out. Because Pratis Sisi was late, replied late when Sompal called for the second run. Klaasen Did not think of giving it to the keeper. Crowd getting excited. Oh, dropped it. Sariz has dropped a sitter again, second time in this match.
It's been that kind of day for him. In the meantime, the 19th over has been bowled. Let's have a look into that replay. It was hit uppishly, straight in hand, but the pressure got better of the youngster. Gone for plenty, dropped the second catch. 174 for 8 wins. When you're not doing well, ball chases you.
Timing much better with this pull shot, and they have used the short ball ploy against Nepal in a tremendous fashion.
Of Mahajatra.
A beautiful delivery. That was a very well directed, slower delivery. He had to wait forever for the ball to approach.
And that too was nearly in the block hole. It's never too easy. Look at that. The slower this guy's delivery, the batter was committed to the shot a lot earlier. A sensible ball in the final over. Just gone for 2 with 4 deliveries to go.
It has brought Sompal Kami, the experienced pro. This is a wide delivery, very, very wide. And the wide delivery.
In fact, that was bowled very wide. Kingma tried to cramp Sompal by not offering any room whatsoever in the race. He just bowled way outside the leg stump. So a gift to Nepal.
How good an over this is. The final over, 177 for 8. Nepal losing that momentum. They lost 4 wickets in the span of only 2 overs. And the recovery has been very, very difficult. Now, Sompal Kami, how many can he yield of the last 3 deliveries? Remember, what in stake is the trophy. This is the final of this home 500 tri-series. Nepal and Netherlands battling it out. Only 3 deliveries for Nepal to face in their first innings. And Sompal Kami is facing Vivian Kingma. Finally gets some bat, but this is a lucky boundary again. Boundary nevertheless for Nepal.
The crowd won't mind it, the Nepali dressing room won't mind it, because the runs have really dried out. In whatever form they come, they will accept it with both hands. And with that boundary, 180 comes up for Nepal. We were talking about that. 180 to 200 can be a very tricky target in this ground. So Nepal has reached there. Still 2 deliveries to go in this over.
Wide delivery again. Now he is experimenting a little too much now, Vivian Kingma. The short deliveries were difficult for the Nepali batters, tail-enders, to handle. But this was down the leg side. Another wide, second of this over. Gary Kurtzen, 182 for 8. He'd be happy with the way his boys came back in this match. Oh, what a delivery. A slow delivery. Was beaten, but they've taken a single. 1 bye run to Nepal. So the final delivery coming up.
How many times in this over Vivian Kingma has bowled that slower delivery and troubled the batter? Now he is running in, sprinting in for that final delivery of the innings.
Straight back, again a brilliant delivery. This is a wonderful, wonderful final over. 1 boundary